We have a 3v3 all mid, one 3v3 all mid Mirana game. Interesting choice. It's going to be skill shots all over the place. Mirana here and a Mirana there. But Mirana nevertheless. Always fun. Always fun in the sun. Just waiting to get into the game. 13 seconds, 12, 11, 10. And once... And here we go. Welcome. Southern Cross Dota, in-house gaming of a Thursday night. Game 2, Mirana v Mirana v Mirana v Mirana v Mirana v Mirana. First up on Mirana, we have the Russian letters that I don't know how to pronounce. Second up, we have Homebrew on Mirana. And lastly, but not least, picking up the Mirana is Mush. Over on the Dire team, we have Mirana being played by Angus the Bull, Gossip Goat XOXO on the Mirana. Last but not least, we have Logical Scope playing the Mirana. So, 3v3, this should be an interesting game. I'm hoping to see a lot of Sacred Arrows, and the creeps have already been spawned because this is mid only and Mirana creeps is how it's done. Alright, one Sacred Arrow already getting thrown out by... Already getting thrown out, but the last hitting's going on. Last hits seem to be alright for now, 2-1, and... Oh, it's actually 4 for the Radiant and none for the Dire, but Sacred Arrow is going to get thrown out, and another Sacred Arrow is going to get thrown out. Hitting the creep, but Homebrew throwing up another one. Hitting the creep again. Deni's getting thrown out as well. Radiant still dominating in the last hits. Homebrew going to get hit by a Sacred Arrow. It's going to take a bit of damage. Gossip Goat now also getting hit. Mush throwing an arrow at the creep. Another arrow getting thrown out is going to hit Gossip Goat, and it should be the first blood. In fact, it is first blood. Nicely done there. Picked up by Russian letters. A lot of clarity is being used. There's actually smoke on Homebrew, so that's quite interesting that that's been used. Ooh, another one getting hit by Angus the Bull. Looks like Mush actually has leveled his leap, so he might be trying to do something, but not going to be able to. Sacred Arrow is going to get hit by Mush. Mush is going to take a lot of damage. Now the Russian Les is going to get hit as well. Mush taking a lot of damage. Logical Scope picking up a hazed and almost killing Mush. Angus the Bull going on Homebrew with Gossip Goat, but not quite being able to reach it. Another Sacred Arrow getting thrown out across the middle. Going to miss everyone though. A little bit of harass coming out from Logic, but not quite. Sacred Arrow getting thrown out by Mush. Going to go straight up the middle and miss everyone. So not quite there. If we have a look at the kills, it is still 1-0, but it is in favour of... I don't know what that is. I just can't pronounce it. We'll find out one day. Last hit's still heavily in favour of the Radiant. Sacred Arrow going to get thrown out, just going to miss Logical. Very lucky. Very lucky indeed. Radiant forced to back off now while they're getting chased by the range creep. That actually looked quite amusing. But 'tis life. Back in the middle of the pit now. Sacred Arrow getting thrown out towards Angus the Bull. It's going to miss. Another one getting thrown out by, I believe that was Logical. It was. He's going to pick up a regen rune now, but that was one only just missing. Another arrow getting thrown out by Homebrew is going to hit a creep too. already have a Ring of Bassi out at the moment on the Radiant by the guy who picked up the first blood. So it's always helpful. But it's mostly boots. Sacred Arrow hitting the creep again. Looks like Mush is going for the Starfall build. Maxing Starfall out first. Logical Scope is actually going to get hit by the arrow. Gossip Goat coming in to pick up the second one that was aimed for him. Not enough time to do anything, unfortunately. But such is life. And we must move on. We have 8 last hits at the moment on top, with the whole Radiant side actually having more last hits than everyone else. Sacred Arrow getting thrown out by Gossip Goat, just missing. Meanwhile, back in mid. Angus the Bull dropping down half HP. Logic Scope almost getting hit then by the arrow, but just being able to use that leap to get out in time. Sacred Arrow coming out, just missing. As it does. They seem to be missing quite a bit. When one hits though, it is fun. It is fantastic. But anyway. 10 last hits now. So we have hit a lead. Who has that? It is Mush picking up those 10 last hits. It's quite a decent farm by the looks of it. We have Gossip Goat, who is the Dire's leading last hitter only on 4, so has quite a substantial lead. It is quite handy to have. Sacred Arrow getting thrown out. It's just going to miss. There's an invisibility rune on Homebrew, so quite a bit. It's going to do quite a bit of scouting. Still running around with Angus the Bull. Logical is actually going to get hit. Another arrow is going to come in. This should be the death of Logical. It is. They were super lucky though that it didn't get killed. Homebrew actually taking a bit of damage. The Starfall's coming out, and Homebrew is actually going to lose his life for that one. So coming quite aggressively in. Loses his life for it. That's what happens when you have an invisibility rune and try to invisibility around. Sacred Arrow coming in, going to miss, but Gossip Goat is actually going to get hit. Will they try and go on it? No, they won't. In fact, they're going. Angus the Bull is actually going to look to protect his friend, taking a lot of damage. So Starfall coming in, it's not going to have enough damage to kill him. Logical Scope coming in to sort of just harass them a bit and draw their attention away. This ward here, it's actually a really helpful ward because it does spot out everything. Well, pretty much everything you'd want to see. Like, I doubt you'd want much up here because, like, you don't really need it, but that's what happens. There's now a 5v3 with Logical Scope picking up that Illusion Rune. Sacred Arrow getting thrown out, just missing. Angus the Bull teleporting back to the tier 2 because he doesn't feel it is safe enough to teleport to the tier 1. Which is just a little bit. It's just playing a little bit safe. The smoke getting used as he gets hit by a Sacred Arrow, so it's kind of shitty when that happens. But Homebrew is actually going to get spotted out by Angus the Bull in a throw with. We're just going to throw an arrow at each other, and that's going to be it. Logical Scope coming in now, having a look around. It's going to come in. Sacred Arrow is coming everywhere. They're going to get a deny off on that creep though. The one that he's been hitting. Mush throwing out another Sacred Arrow. It's going to get spotted out by that ward that is sitting here. It's seen. Mush actually almost getting hit. He's actually going to get stuck in the trees. He's going to take an arrow to the face. Mana didn't actually do that much damage because Angus the Bull is actually maxing out. Ooh, actually he's going to drop quite a bit. Homebrew's standing out in front because he doesn't want the arrows to do the damage. In fact, Gossip Goat actually dropping really low and will lose his life. No, he's going to leap back towards the tower to take the damage. Meanwhile, another arrow coming out, just missing everyone again. It does seem like, though, if you up on the aggressive and you do take an arrow, you will most likely lose your life, which is really unfortunate, but it does just seem like what is happening. Angus the Bull, 2 arrows getting flung that way. If Angus the Bull kept going that way, he would have lost his life. We've got a regen rune bottom. It's going to get picked up by Marsh. The arrow comes out, but Marsh knows better. He's going to stop. Angus the Bull getting really keen all of a sudden. Is going to duke out the arrow by Marsh and just be able to walk away. Will he, or will they keep going? It looks like they're going to put the pressure on. If he put the urn charge on, that would have been another dead Mirana. He's going to be looking for the arrow. I don't think he'd be able to get it, no. In fact, he is just going to back off. And we'll back at the middle lane. Gossip Goat. Logical Scope are just hitting down these creeps. We've got Mush up the top here. Stuck yet again. No, it wasn't him who got stuck the first time, but he is stuck. Looking to do something. Invisible teleporting back in again. Down to the tier 2. He likes teleporting there, but I don't blame him. We still have a walking courier on the Dire side, whereas on the Radiant side we have a flying, so that's always helpful. Pings have been used on Angus the Bull, and they've gonna put a ward up the top here. Now they saw him do it. Meanwhile, Gossip Goat is actually going to take a bit of damage. Logical Scope jumping in front to help save. There is a Moonlight Shadow up, so Logical is able to, and quite luckily, get out of the way. Mush still trying to jump through the trees, and as he does, because you know that's what he's been doing, and it's just quite amusing actually, quite hilarious. Illusion Room's going to be spotted down bottom.
Out of my way.
Mush gonna get spotted out. He's gonna juke out the Sacred Arrow. Gossip Girl taking a lot of damage, but he is uphill, so 2 Sacred Arrows gonna get thrown out. He is actually gonna get hit by one of them. Gossip Goat, one more hit should kill him. In fact, it does. Moonlight Shadow is going to be used, and Angus the Bull is going to spot the 3 of them out, but he's going to get taken by Homebrew. He's gonna lose both of his illusions and take a little bit of harass. Sacred Arrow getting thrown out again by Logical Scope. Doesn't know the Mosh is just there, waiting there. The score is 4-1. It is the first to 10 as well, or the first 2 tier 2 towers. So either one. Mush and Homebrew doing a little bit down here. Meanwhile, we've got another a smoke up, probably to de-ward this ward here, but he's going to run around. He's going to throw down the sentry, and it's going to get spotted. Logical Scope looking to do something, not too sure. Going to throw the Sacred Arrow mid. Gossip Goat is going to take a bit of damage, but he's going to leap out just in time. But another arrow is going to come in. Angus the Bull now taking a lot of damage, and 2 more arrows should finish it off. In fact, it does, and an urn charge there to secure the kill. 6-1 now in favour of the Radiant. Interesting stuff happening. Logical Scope not going to be able to defend this tier 1. This might be the loss of it. In fact, no. Everyone's just going to sort of hang around a bit. Sacred Arrow is going to get thrown out. It's going to be able to bait 2 Sacred Arrows. But he does cancel it just in time. If he continued with that teleport, that was 1 dead Mirana. There is no question about it. Homebrew coming in with a haste rune now is going to do a bit of damage to Gossip Goat, but going to lose his life for it. Gossip Goat only barely escaping with at least 10 HP, maybe a little bit more, but getting a bit too aggressive there and losing his life for it. Another arrow comes in and hits Mush. Angus the Bull going to come in, and it's going to be blocked. Mush is going to turn around, do quite a bit of damage with the Starfall, but in return take the same amount of damage back. Logical Scope backing off now. So Angus the Bull looks like he might... No, they're going to be looking for the... something. Mush using... Oh, no, it wasn't Mush. Who was it? It was... another Moonlight Shadow, and they're going to come in and try and finish off the Gossip Goat. In fact, it does. 7-2. Another kill for the Radiant. 3 more kills in it, and it's really looking good for Radiant where they stand. Angus the Bull hanging around with really low HP. He's going to get leaped on by 2. Sacred Arrow is going to get thrown out. One of them's going to miss, one of them's going to hit, and that's a dead Mirana. Fortify is going to be used. Teleport coming in by Logical. To try... He's going to come in and try and deny, but a Sacred Arrow is going to get thrown out. They're going to hit Mush. But Logical is not going to be able to do much, so he's going to have to leap away. Sacred Arrow getting thrown out. And it looks like the mods have stepped in and decided to call it GG. So, very, very early aggression there by the Radiant, allowing them to secure that early game and therefore dominating the game. This has been game 2 of our in-house night. First one, very first, for Southern Cross Dota. I'm Ice Cubed, and join me next game for when we play unknown game type, but it will be fun. Until then, I'll see you then.